We won. It was a hard road, but we won. The top is in forever and ever and ever and ever. Let's go look at the charts to see how much we won. Let's go check it out.
Okay. Okay. That was kind of a rough intro. I'm sorry. We're gonna go. We're gonna do the Croyper voice today. Someone said it's over. Bears killed me. The Bears win. Did the Bears win? I don't know. Did the Bears win? We can go and load up the chat box real quick. Get you guys in here. It is September 25th. Only 7 more days until October 1st. Also, rent will be due that day, so plan accordingly. It looks like everyone is planning accordingly right now because they're all selling, and they just realized rent is due next week. So that's kind of where we are right now in the market. As you can see, everything over here is red except Monero, because people are being sneaky and moving their funds around, I guess, after they sell. Another thing that is up quite a bit, which we haven't really talked about much, is Zcash. You have these privacy coins kind of going on a little bit of a bull trend right now. Let's go check out Zcash. Zcash ran up quite a bit in September. Could the privacy bull market finally be starting? I don't know, but Zcash is at some of the highest levels it's been since, let's take a look at it, September of 2022. It was at some highs in December of 2024 before retracing, but still, it's at $57, levels it usually doesn't see. So that's interesting with Zcash. Does it have to do with the crackdown that's going to be happening globally? I guess they're trying to structure some framework. Dubai will be taxed. It's over for crypto bros who try to move abroad. So now they're scrambling to buy some Zcash and some Monero before it pumps. Before, I think it's 2027 is when that goes into effect. So they are hedging accordingly right now. So Zcash, Monero, catching a little bit of a bid. Add them to the watch list if you haven't already. Those are 2 things I'm looking at. Anyway, let's look at the markets. Those just opened. The markets are open. Need to look at the stock market. Stocks did open down quite a bit today. And who would have guessed it? The market tried to top out at 666. That's always a number stocks try to either bottom out at or top out at. So as soon as the SPY hit around 666 right here, I figured that they would try to put in a top right there. That's how evil the market is, ladies and gentlemen. 666, the number of the beast, right there.
Oh shit! Here we go again.
And that could be a top for a while, unless you know the Christians battle back and break resistance here. Bring Jesus back to the stock market and break out of 666. That's currently your top right now. You know, bears are acting like villains. I guess that would be the perfect spot to start. Let's go check out gold as well. Gold is pulling back slightly. You have a little bit of a break right here. Forming, little downtrend, breakout. Potentially is it another bull flag forming on gold. Let's go here. Was clone this, and usually they line up perfectly down here. Not quite, but close enough. A little bit of another bull flag here forming on gold for another continuation break in the trend upwards. Silver still chatting, trying to hit new highs. so boring going over these boomer rocks, I should say. But silver is trying to hit a new all-time high, so that's historic. Because it's only been at this level how many other times in history? 2011, and before anyone here was born, most likely 1979. I think when Nathan Wright manipulated the silver market and full sent it, kind of similar to what MicroStrategy is doing right now with loans. We're not going to talk about that. That is silver in 1980 hit an all-time high of around 48, hit it again in 2011, and now we are trying to run it back turbo and send silver to new highs. We'll see what happens when they reach this triple top level. I think they'll eventually break out and keep sending. There really isn't a reason why it won't consolidate here and then break out once again. Because times are different. You know, the U.S. dollar is continuing to diminish in value over time, and why wouldn't gold and silver rise? I don't know. But the real question is, why isn't Bitcoin rising? Well, Bitcoin has risen quite a bit, and now I believe it's just kind of chilling before the next breakout here to the upside. A lot of people are bearish though. You've seen many Bitcoin OGs who, for some reason, are still here after more than a decade of what I thought were profits, but they're still here in the trenches with all of us. So, and they're trolling on the timeline, and they're saying it's all over. But you know, it should have been all over a few years ago, you would think, for them, when they took profit in 2021, 2024, or 2018. Any of those years, it could have been all over for them personally, but they're still here, and they're flooding on the timeline. So you tell me. But with all that being said, gold is continuing to make new highs, and Bitcoin is kind of consolidating in this little bear flag looking pattern up here, just chilling. So we'll see what happens if it breaks down below, what would this be, 108? That would be kind of like your support break right there. So as long as it holds above 108, 107, we should be okay on Bitcoin. Let's go to Ethereum. This is the one I want to talk about because everybody was so angry at me for posting the distribution chart on Ethereum, and it looks like it's playing out perfectly. It actually wasn't a let's see if I can search it up real quick here and show you guys. It actually wasn't a bear trap. It's just playing out beautifully like a distribution pattern. You know, everyone was angry at me for posting this, but whatever. Here we go. Add to the chart so you can see what I'm talking about. Let's line it up. Let's anger them even more. There you go. There is your distribution pattern forming on Ethereum. And right now we are at the lows, and you can see we are moving into phase E. Like I said, I was saying hopefully this didn't happen. Hopefully this didn't happen, and we go down here, get a back test, and then reject and come back down here to the support area. And then, you know, you have to start building back better, recapture, and do that whole thing. But right now, Ethereum is, it's kind of making me angry, I'm not gonna lie. Ethereum is just doing its Ethereum thing, you know? Like is there nobody bullish on Ethereum that could come in here and just break up this whole distribution pattern that has been painted out beautifully by bears? Is there nobody that can just chat candle this and break this and make it a bear trap? Tom Lee, I'm talking to you. Can you do it for us? Somebody? Can someone hit a crime candle on Ethereum? I don't know, but there's a distribution pattern playing out on Ethereum, and it looks beautiful. It's a beautiful distribution pattern, despite what everybody wants to say. I don't care. I'm just calling it how I see it. Unbiased. There it is. It actually is one of the more clear patterns on any chart in crypto right now. It doesn't have to be that way, but it is. I'm sorry. I am sorry. Let's go to the chat real quick. Apu Crypto Bar reposted the stream. Rolling Rock 88 reposted the stream. The Frog Study, you were first. Your mom.btc, you are in here. Bears killed me, says Small Pep. Small Pep. Yeah, the Bears did, attack you, but Small Pep, I believe you do have a future. Trading Benjamin, hello, Gropertoshi. Mooncat is green, too, says Crypto Degen. What up, says Rage over Rage Guy with a rainbow emoji. Groiper Guy is in the chat. We got frogs and bears emojis in here. Recty finally hit puberty, says Mad Games. Yeah, he can hear it in my voice. I have finally hit puberty. What up, says what's the real Groper contract? Don't worry, what up, they will be fighting in the chat and telling you all about that soon, I'm sure. I think Eve taking a cooler next week or so, says Pablo. Yeah, I mean, you know, Ethereum meme coins have just been taking an absolute beating right now. We're gonna get into that too. Wojak on Soul, only thing keeping me above water these days, says Pablo. Pyrect, thanks for shipping the plushie so quick. It's supposed to come today. Well, I'm glad you're gonna get your plushie, and on those of you that want a Bobo plushie, and if you go to Etsy.com, and you check out Etsy, here we go, and you search Bobo meme, or just Bobo meme, I guess, or Bobo plushie, there you go, there's a plushie right there staring at you. And oh, look at there, someone else has launched a Bobo shirt. You have, you know, there's the Simpsons Bobo plushie, which is pretty cool too. You know, Bobo has just kind of been like the name of a bear forever. But, wow, look at there, he have a very small logo print there, and somebody else has a coffee mug here with Pepe and Bobo. And yeah, there you go, but there's a Bobo plushie right there. If you want to go on Etsy and you type in Bobo meme or Bobo plushie, we still have a few available on Etsy. I believe, not really sure how many are left in stock, but I know it is under 100. But there are more on the way from the manufacturer, is what I'm trying to say. So, there's the Bobo plushie lore. In case you didn't know, I am not actively posting that all over the timeline because I want to kind of like do a very quiet drop with it, and it has been very quiet. Not a lot of people know, so if you have, you've come to the stream, I only mention it on stream, so now you know. Let's see, Fries, we got some, he's gonna say, retire on Solana is showing a great relative strength. Mad Games reposted the stream. Fucking Eve reposted the stream. My daughter hates it when I take her Bobo plushie. She loves that thing. Thanks. Right. Yeah, one up. I know kids really do like the Bobo plushies. They really do. Really just teddy bear plushies in general. I think that's what people don't understand is with the bear and the bear brand, really. Bears have conquered that market for a long time. So if Bobo gets geared up on that front, Bobo can definitely dominate that. Because the kids love plushies. 100%. Don't even have to try. Hello, Fair Play. Hello. Now let's go look at some of these other things right here. So there's Ethereum. Beautiful distribution pattern playing out on Ethereum. It's beautiful. I hate it, but it's there. All right. Trollcoin kind of really nice bounce here at you know, the Coinbase listing, and it's formed a new area of support. And somebody is still selling off this trend line right here. So Troll is trying to break out of this trend right here. And honestly, when it does break out of it, I don't know how much upside it will have or how much force it'll have when it breaks out of this because of the way the market is looking right now. We have Solana pulling back to 200, which is an area of support right here on the daily. So we're trying to hold this level. We're trying to hold above 200 on Solana so we can run it back turbo and retest these highs and try to break out. Now let's look at it on the weekly. Let's really zoom out on Solana here. Really zoom out on Solana. Get rid of that line. But yeah, there you go. Here's an area where it's rejected from 200 in the past. You see right here. So now we're trying to flip this resistance and turn this into a support. Couldn't do it over here in late 2024. Ran it all the way back down to $96. Hope that's not the case again. I don't think that'll be the case again, but right now we're holding 200, and that's kind of a line in the sand right now for the Bulls and the Bears. Aster coin, Ass Blaster, Ass Turd, trying not to become a disaster. It won't be, I don't think, but let's take a look at it. It's been in a really good uptrend. The market is kind of taking a crap right now, so people are selling off a bit, but this is clear and above the strongest mover in the market, and for good reason, because CZ from Binance is hard shilling it, and he looks very much a part of the team. So we topped out around 240, triple top action right there on the 30-minute chart, if you want to call it triple top. But you have resistance at 240, you have a little bit of resistance here at 215, and you have a new area. They're trying to walk this down. You know, there's traders out there, especially hyper liquid traders, that would love nothing more than to walk this down and short it and be like, ha ha ha, I told you so. So there's definitely a futures war going on this coin. Don't be mistaken about that. $2 seems to be the new area of resistance, so we'll see if it can break and hold back above $2 and continue the uptrend. If not, that's okay too. You have a lot of areas down here that could act as support on the chart too, so I think it's gonna rip back up. I think there's a lot of people still trying to short this, and they're gonna get wrecked. Personally, me, do I have an Aster position? Yes, I do, and I'm holding spot, and I'm holding it long term because I think there's gonna be a lot of volatility on this chart because of hyperliquid versus Aster. A lot of mischievous, if you will, things that will happen to this chart, to the downside and the upside, just to get people liquidated. So, you know, I feel like a lot of people in the market are getting shaken out and liquidated out of all their positions, just rotating around, doing dumb things on leverage. And usually that happens before things full send, but right now the market is looking a bit weak. I will give Ansom's gut that much. Now, where could Bitcoin land if it does continue its downtrend? I'm still looking at 108. A lot of people have 90, you know, targeted down here. They think Bitcoin's going to come back down here to around 90 something, which, okay, fine. If that happens, then everything is going to be free. All of your meme coins are going to be absolutely free. You wanted to buy Mog will be free. You wanted to buy Joe will be free. You want to buy Bobo will be free. Apu, already free. Pepe, will be free. It'll all be free if that happens. So here's my Mog chart. I'm drawing every line in the world with this chart. We're gonna erase them all right here though. And currently, you know, I'm going to Mog and Pepe. These have been some of the strongest movers on Ethereum, so that's why we're going to go to them first. We're looking at these Ethereum memes, and you know, Ethereum memes have been getting crushed since they local topped in July. As I noted yesterday, Bobo, Joe was one of them before they had their liquidation cascade. Bobo and Mog, primarily, were both down the same amount, 60% from the July local tops. And now Mog is down another 6% today, so now they are down around 67% from that local top in July as well. So Ethereum memes across the boards taking a hit today. Mog with its lowest daily candle since May of 2025. Ethereum.
The meme coin super cycle is not just a prediction about the future. It's already happening.
Speaking of that, we can go look at SPX. Where is that SPX chart? We need to go check on SPX to see if it's holding that support. And it is not. Okay. Okay, so let's get rid of a few of these things. Let's get rid of this downtrend line. Let's get rid of this line so I can give you a very clear view of what's happening here. $1 was trying to act as SPX's new support level right now. But SPX, if SPX closes this red daily candle today, this will be SPX's lowest candle close since May of 2025, which was the same thing we just looked at with Mod, right? So Ethereum memes are making their lowest candle closes since May of earlier this year. And you all can see it. If you trade, there's a very popular pattern right now on this chart that we can all see. It's called head, shoulders, and knees and toes. If the support breaks, but you got your left shoulder, your head, your right shoulder, it's called a head and shoulders pattern. And you're at support with it right now. And currently, you might predict candle below that support. So it is what it is. And I'm just gonna call it how it is, doing TA on these charts. If it seems like it's a bearish stream, it's because the market is looking pretty bearish. If you haven't noticed, over here, it's all red. I'm sorry, but it is a good opportunity to load up, as some have mentioned in the chat. So free money is everywhere. Rage kind of day says full pouch. GM, Mr. Goldrobe. LOL Apu is free, says Pablo. A rec stream is what we need to feel better on a red day. Bobo therapy, says Baylor. Right now. So that is what is happening across the market right now, really. Hype coin. Hype, it is about to break an uptrend line here. Or it's at an area of where it's bounced previously the last couple months. Pretty much all summer, Hype has been bouncing around this level. And why did Hype start dumping? Does anybody know? Anyone know? Well, Aster launched right here. This is exactly where Aster launched. And, or I guess not Aster launched. It was when Aster made it aware to everyone that they were coming for Hyperliquid's neck. And CZ started bull posting, etc. like that. So that was on September 19th. And pretty much Hype has been down only since then. And right now Hype also is working on trying to make its lowest candle close since August 6th. But right now you're kind of at a support level, so we'll see what happens. Everything is down across the board right now. This is definitely a wrecked stream. I still believe September will close green, says Mr. Goldrobe. It is possible. It is possible. I've seen crazier things happen in crypto, but right now everything is down quite a bit. And you may be looking back on these prices. Actually, you will be looking back on these prices, because what people don't understand is, like, with these market cycles, these coins, like, for some reason traders just think like they just disappear. And although some coins do just disappear forever, there are a lot of communities that have made it very well known that they are not going to disappear. So you should be looking to buy the dip on a lot of those communities and hold for the next cycle uptrend as well. Whenever we get it, it could be today. Maybe some news happens and everything pops. You don't know. Nobody knows when the bottom is going to be in. Nobody knows when the top is going to be in. The space has been wishy-washy. It's over, we're so back. It's over, we're so back. It seems like every single day, but we've had about 2 or 3 it's so over days in a row. So now people really feel like it's so over. GM wrecked. Can you chart Brett, says Rod Scroll. Hello, Yeti. Hello, chat. I still believe Mr. Goldrobe. All right, we will look at Brett. We will look at Brett. I was just about to look at something and I forgot. But yeah, there's Hype. Hype has been down only since Aster started the war. The real civil war. And we will check out the Brett chart. You know, everything is just getting torn up right now. You know, I had these higher lows charted out on Brett. But now Brett is starting to make, you know, a lower position right here on the chart. You still have these areas you can do horizontal support on Brett. But it doesn't look as good as it did, not gonna lie. But neither it does Pepe, neither it does anything Ethereum ecosystem related right now. So everything is on fire sale currently. But Brett, I will say Brett is one of the stronger charts in the quote unquote Ethereum based ecosystem. So just because we lost this level right here doesn't really mean it's all over. So we got a little bit of a channel forming here too. I see on Brett. Look at this. Actually, I'll just draw a channel right here. This is cool. It's a downtrend channel that you can break out of. Because we've needed to break out of this channel right here. We couldn't do it right here. Everything rejected in the market as well. Let's go look at this real quick. Let me find it. Parallel channel. There we go. We got a little bit of a parallel channel right there on Brett. So can we break out of this downward channel on Brett right here? Let's go look at some RSI stuff. They tried to break out on the RSI on the daily, and now we went right back down to this level. So let's look at this thing on the weekly too. You still are making higher lows on the weekly. Still, technically, currently. Very slight, but it's there. So you're saying there's a chance. Let's go to, I need my little drawing stick. Where's it at? Paint stick, where are you? There's my brush. Very slightly, but it's there. It is there, so we'll continue to monitor that on the bread chart right there. Can't talk, sorry. It is the morning. It is a good morning right now. The bears are currently in control, and we need the Bobo bears to chill out on the market because Bitcoin looks like it's about to fall below 111,000. Let's go look at that on the 4-hour. So you're saying there's a chance? There is. There's always a chance. The bullishly optimistic always win in the end in this market. In the darkest of times, it's those that say, hey, maybe I should buy now. Because everybody wants to buy the top, nobody wants to buy the bottom. They're the same tokens, it's the same code. They're just 70% cheaper. Currently. So, same token, same code, 70% off. Fire sell across the board. Buy now. Let's take a look at, let's go to the stock market again real quick. I want to see what it's doing on the 10-minute chart. I really like that parallel channel we just made on Brett though. That'll be interesting to see it play out as well. There are a lot of coins right now. I will say all set supports, critical support levels too. Some are going below those critical supports. So it'll be interesting to see if there's a rally at the end of the day on Bitcoin or sometime today to try to save a lot of these support levels. The same thing they kind of did with Troll. Troll had a really amazing support kind of save candle here on the daily. Let's go back to Troll real quick. I love this green candle on Troll, this buyback. He bought all the way back above 100 mil, and now it's doing battle with this downtrend. So Troll chart looks pretty cool, man. I like it. There is a chance, says Mr. Goldrobe. Someone said, what's the real Groiper? They're gonna have a war in the chat. I am the real Groiper. Let's look at Aster once again. Aster is 194. You know, I heard a lot of people in a space last night. I went into a space last night, and I heard a lot of people that I don't like that were bullish on Aster. And I will just disclose right now that I have a lot of Aster. I am probably in the top percent of Aster holders. And the way these people were talking last night, I wanted to sell it all. Because if they're bullish, I wanted to run. So we'll see if they local topped it. I'm sure some of you know what space that was last night. But I tuned in. I was in the grease trap. I got all greasy. I got all greasy for it.
I'm about to bust.
And yeah, maybe want to sell everything. But I'm still holding. And I will hold long term. I'm bullish on everything long term, as you all know. Still, let's take a look at Bitcoin dominance. Bitcoin dominance. Trying to chat upwards. Bitcoin dominance wicked up to around 59% and now is at 58%. Let's take a look at this thing on the daily. Yep, there we go. Bitcoin dominance highest daily candle since late August, a month ago. Does this have a monthly chart as well? we're about to check it out. So the monthly candle on Bitcoin dominance is turning green. It's like they're trying to run it back turbo here. Look at this on the weekly, because we have this monster downtrend on Bitcoin dominance, right? Here we go. This is a beautiful setup right here. If altcoins and meme coins truly bottom, okay, and this is like the last quote-unquote shakeout, this would be a great bottom buy indicator right here. Look at this trend that Bitcoin dominance has been just bouncing off of since 2023. And you're trying to run up here and back test this level. Let's say Bitcoin dominance comes up here and taps 60%. This is just a bearish back test, gets rejected hard. If Bitcoin dominance rejects hard off this trend line right here, I think that right there is your signal to bottom buy all these alts right now. And then everything, the alts will pump because Bitcoin dominance will dump right there. Check that out. That's my call. That's my call. Bitcoin dominance, you're gonna hit 60% and then headshot. It's all over.
Game over.
It's all over for you. So enjoy it now, Bitcoin maxis, while you can. Because when you hit 60%, all these coins that are just so deep in the red right now, this is why I'm bullish long term. I'm looking at Bitcoin dominance and this bearish back test right here. They're all so bullish. They're like, haha, we told you Bitcoin dominance is rising again. We told you. Listen here. Too soon, Junior. It's a bearish back test and you're going to get a rejection, and Ethereum and Solana are going to start sending again. And so will all your altcoins. If you are brave enough to buy the dip, are you brave enough? Will you press that green button in the reddest of days? Will you do it? I don't know. But that's kind of what I'm looking at on Bitcoin dominance right there. Die, Bitcoin dominance, die. That's how I feel. It's like that. Doge. Someone said look at Doge. Let's go look at Doge. I cannot stand a Bitcoin maximum. So Doge has this really pretty looking curve of an uptrend here that started in 2024, actually December of 2023. You can just draw it on the chart and you don't even have to adjust anything really. Like, look at this thing. A beautiful curving uptrend. And right now we're kind of at the lows of that uptrend too. So around 21 cents or so, this thing is just slowly been grinding upwards. Dogecoin. Let's take a look at this here too. On the RSI, slowly grinding upwards. Doge does look pretty bullish long term as well. This thing, you've been holding it. It's gone up slowly, 18 cents in March, and now it's sitting around 23 cents. It topped around 30 cents, but it's making higher highs. Like it hits a higher high like every couple months on Doge. Lower, higher lows, higher highs. Meme coin season soon. So, things look really bleak right now. You got every OG on the planet that's been around for a decade, but for some reason they're still trading crypto and they're still here. They are calling the top, and maybe we do logo top for a little bit, but I think there are some things that show there could be a very aggressive bounce in the future too with that Bitcoin dominance chart as well. With that being said, Ethereum is still thinking. This distribution pattern was so real. And to that guy, should we go reply back to that guy that was really angry on the distribution pattern? Hold on, let me go try to find him. There we go. There was a guy who was very, very angry about this distribution chart. And if you don't know, I just posted this distribution pattern a few days ago and was like, wow, look at that, it looks just like it. And where's he at? This is extremely clean. I'm going to choose to ignore this Saya. Where are you, sir? Where are you? Not the SpongeBob. This guy, are you this fucking stupid? ERC20 is literally keeping the UST bill market afloat. You fucking idiots. You think this is a normal 4-year cycle? You will get what you earn this cycle. Clowns. I don't know, get what you earn. I don't know what that means. I think he said, meant to say, get what you deserve. I don't know, but he was pissed a few days ago. And we're just gonna go ahead and like his comment so he gets the notification. And there we go. Now he will be notified. And he will have to maybe come watch the stream. I don't know, but that's the distribution on Ethereum. So it does kind of line up. If you look at the support area, let's draw a support area on Ethereum here. Let's try to find the light at the end of the tunnel here. Let's not try to be all doom and gloom, okay? So if you inverse the chart here, let's turn this thing, let's turn that frown upside down. There we go. There is a little bit of resistance here. Man, this chart looks kind of bullish, doesn't it? This looks like something you would start thinking about buying for a potential breakout, right? But it's actually Ethereum dumping. Oh man, but here is your resistance area. See, you bounced here, this was your support before. And this could be resistance right here, around 3,850. Well, let's flip it back up to the right way, so I don't confuse anybody. But that's a good way to check your bias as well. A lot of patterns that you're like, oh, I don't know if I'm bearish here. If you just simply turn the chart upside down, press Alt on your keyboard and I, then you'll be like, oh damn, that looks kind of bullish, like a breakout, and this thing's gonna start pumping, but actually it's nuking the 2000. Okay, turn that back the right way. But there you go, there's your inverse tip of the day. But to get to the point here, a support level here around 3,850 would kind of correlate and line up with the bearish back test of Bitcoin dominance around 60%. Hear me out, we are a tinfoil hat on right now. We're trying to figure this out live on stream. We're trying to find the bottom, okay? So look at this level, the support level here. It could be anywhere up in here in this nice little thick space you got going right here, right? Now let's go look at Bitcoin dominance. Okay, and see right here would be your bearish backtest level to reject from if you went up here and tapped it. To me, that lines up pretty well with Ethereum support down here around 3,700. Now it would have to hold this level, you know, anywhere in here. But that could be a potential bottom as well. Well, I'm trying to figure it out. We're knife catching live on stream, ladies and gentlemen. Headshot. Turtle Staja reposted the stream as well. Thank you for the repost. GM Katoshi 69. Something is happening with Mooncat this weekend. We're gonna check out Mooncat right now. There's the Rage Guy chart. I'm always pulling up the Rage charts here to see the battle that's going on. Apparently, you know, the other Rage Guy dipped to 600K this morning. So shout out to them.
You ever been on life support?
They're trying to buy back better, I guess, down here. And then you got Rage Guy at around 1.2 mil currently. So that is the Rage War. We'll go look at Mooncat though. Check out Mooncat. Mooncat is around 2.4 mil currently, and it is doing battle with this downtrend as well, trying to break out. This is kind of like what we saw with Troll, right? Resistance, and he's trying to break out of this accumulation range that's been going on for about 2 months now. But yeah, Mooncat. Apparently something is happening with Mooncat as well. That is the rumor in the chat currently. So if something is happening with Mooncat, any type of news will break it out of this downtrend right here. Hell, I might do it later just to do it, just for fun. Mooncat was the only green thing for me this morning. Everything else is like 20% down, says Yeti. Yeah, everything is getting slaughtered right now. Not gonna lie, it's
Game over. Bomb has been planted.
It's pretty rough right now, but we are trying to look for areas of bounce right now on a lot of these coins. And there does look like there could be a potential light at the end of the tunnel. I mean, how much lower can it really go? How much lower?
You're done. You're washed. It's over.
How many tokens do these sellers have? That's what I want to know. The sellers keep finding more tokens. Rect, can you bring up the OG Groiper chart? Where is that OG Groiper? OG Groiper on Solana. Got the Nick Fuentes America First movement. Well, you're back at 100K, so that means it's time to buy more. Is that what's going on here? You had your breakout on the chart. We're just gonna go ahead and extend the line. You tried to break out, but the market is kind of cooked right now. So, but this is the first Groiper launched apparently, and it's sitting on Solana at 100K market cap. You tried to break out, but Solana and the market is in cool down mode, trying to find support to bounce. So there's your alpha on the day. Rectember says says the chat. It is Rectember. I mean Rectober. Rectober's a really good one too. It's like October, but I think like Rectober probably sounds better. Rectember, Rectober. I think there is an older grouper on Ethereum who says Jocko. We gotta find them. We gotta find them all. Gotta catch them all. I'm not sure the chat is always going crazy with it though. So there you go. There you got your Rage Guy war going on too. It looks like the battle is about over right now. Ethereum has recaptured 4,000. Hopefully everything is just invalidated and we get a God candle, and we don't have to deal with any support levels, Bitcoin dominance, bearish back testing, none of that. We just get a God candle, we just full send. How about that? That'd be better. But yeah, everyone could do their own research on the coins that are being talked about today, by the way. We're just going over whatever the charts give us. You guys in chat can drop whatever you want, and I will take a look at it. Bobo, please make it stop. He won.
Touchdown, Bears!
It does feel like the Bears are starting to victory lap on the timeline as well right now. So, yeah, that's pretty much the market rundown. We can look at, the 7-day, what is up the most this week, and it's not a lot. Holy cow, right now. BitGet token is up 4%, and BNB is barely up this week slightly, but BNB has been like the shining beacon of hope in the market. A lot of people are loading into BNB and Aster right now. They're saying everything else is a disaster, just buy Aster. There's your new slogan. Monero and the privacy coins are also catching a little bit of a bid because of that new tax law that could be going into effect, the global tax laws for crypto. So look into that as well. That is what is up the most right now. Is still good. What is down the most? Pump Fun is down the most. Aster is, well, we don't have a, Aster just entered the top 50, so we don't have a number on them yet. They're just up there by default. Also, that XPL is up there too. So, Aster is currently down 15% the last 24 hours. Could have locally topped for a little bit. Pump Fun down 33%. And MYX, the one that got the crime candle on Binance, is down the most so far this week at 45%. Pudgy Penguins also with the pullback, 25%. Bonk, 20%. So really, pretty much everybody's favorite coins are down the most this week. So that's why you see a lot of anger and turmoil on the timeline. Also, Crow, where's Crow coin? Crypto.com coin. And we were looking at this one because we thought this would full on retrace, and I believe it did. This happens every time Crow coin pumps. Everybody sells the pump because everybody has Crow coins locked in their Crypto.com account, and they get notifications. So anytime Crow coin pumps, it just retraces back down to around 10 cents. So this will probably go even more lower. But we'll see. I should have sold my Crow coins when I got the notification too. I don't know. But yeah, that's what's going on with the market. Apparently got Mooncat news later. We can take a look at Pepe. I don't think I've looked at Pepe yet. but Pepe is a support area too. Pepe, right around here, support. You can see the support area where you bounced previously in the last couple months. June, support area, you bounced in September, and now you're back at support here. Very clean chart right now in Pepe. Let me get rid of these squiggles so you can see it. Very, very clean chart. Look at that. Go ahead and draw one of these downtrend breakout lines too. I like it more with the candle closes. Just go ahead and do it right there. Look at that thing. Building on Pepe. And here's your resistance area where you rejected. And this lines up so beautifully. And that's your support area. And as stated, a lot of other coins are starting to break down from these support areas. So is Pepe going to be the one that holds? I don't know. I guess we'll wait and see. But we still got a lot of trading day alike left today to see what happens. There you go. There's your Pepe chart. Currently watching that one as well. Fartcoin. Fartcoin is still sliding down right now. Fartcoin, everyone hold your ears. It's about to get loud. There's your Fartcoin chart. That was a very loud fart. Sorry for that one.
I'm gonna come.
Who in the hell does he think he is? Who does he think he is?
So Fartcoin also at a support area here. It's falling down this the support trend as well. But here is your support area where you broke out from this beautiful cup and handle pattern a few months ago. And there you go. That's your Fartcoin. Crying at booming, says Turtle Staja. Zeus said, oh, damn. Pepe is holding up well for now. Hope it's not lagging, says BIP420. I agree. Usually that is the case though. I'm not gonna lie. Imagine the smell of the fart liquidations, says Primal Ape. Speaking of liquidations, let's go to HyperRectBot. HyperRectBot, which is now up to 550 followers. It was just at 400 the other day, but a lot of people are following the HyperRectBot, which is Bobo coded. And this is basically capturing the liquidation data from Hyperliquid and broadcasting it. It could be longs or shorts, and then it'll add Bobo memes to the larger liquidations. So it could be a crying Bobo when a short gets liquidated, like an XPL short just got liquidated for $54,000. That means XPL is pumping. So that is why I like to follow accounts like this, and that's why we built this Bobo bot. Actually, shout out to Bobo Capital for coding this one as well. So I know when things are pumping, and when I'm not even looking at the charts. So if I see a liquidated long on, AV&T, that means it's dumping. Or if I see a liquidated short, so I saw this one, I woke up, I was like, liquidated long on Aster, somebody lost $147,000, and I was like, oh, that means Aster's dumping. And I don't even have to look at the chart to let you know. So the bigger the liquidation, the more bear emojis, by the way. So liquidated long, liquidated shorts, doesn't matter. Hyperliquid Rectbot, thanks for playing. It says it's watching bulls get liquidated, but it also watches bears get liquidated as well. So check it out if you haven't checked it out. HyperRectBot. Also, we got plushies on Etsy as well. BNN Bears News Network has reposted stream. Jameson Lop says, can you feel it? Rage quit season is coming. I will give that a retweet as well, because I can definitely feel people rage quitting. Right now, people are rage quitting the market, which is not bearish. That is when things get very bullish, because if it was easy to make money in the space, then everyone would do it. We see the data from Pump Fund, and it's like less than 1% of Pump Fund traders make money. It's the same with trading this market. If it was easy, everyone would do it. You have to literally become like a Buddhist monk and like meditate through all of the hate, all the drama, all the spaces, all the red candles, the bearish psyops, and the pullbacks. And that is how you make it through to the other side. And You may come out looking like Robin Williams in Jumanji with a beard and homeless, but you'll be rich. And you will thank yourself for sticking it out. That's all I'm going to say. And I think I'm going to end the stream on that note. Cut another short stream today. We're 50 minutes in. 700 of you beautiful people have tuned in to view this stream. I do believe I will be going live again later today. I know I say that all the time and I never do it, but I will do it today. I promise, all right? We're going to do
Who
it.
in the hell does he think he is? Who does he think he is?
We're going to do it.
The meme coin super cycle is not just a prediction about the future. It's already happening.
Groiper strong, says me Naruto. But that has been my time, and I do thank you all for yours. And as always, the target does remain Bobo Billions. I know you're doubting it, but listen to me when I tell you the target remains Bobo Billions. Pepe Trillions, 88 billion. Apu Trillions, Troll Trillion. I'm saying it all. I don't care. I don't care what your chart, what your bearish Sayahas is for today. Say whatever you want. Everything is down 80%. I took too much Tylenol as a child to give up, is what I'm trying to say. So I will see you guys later tonight. And that's all. That's all I got. I'll see you guys later.
He knows I ate sausage and olives and
Look what
onions
you
and-
did, you little jerk.
My hot meme coin is live!